أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسولنا محمد سيد الأولين والآخرين مدد يا رسول الله قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم الجمعة على من سمع النداء Peygamber sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem buyuruyor ki Cuma namazı çağrı ezanı işiten her kişiye vaciptir.
Our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, says that whoever hears the call for prayer for Juma, whoever hears the adhan for Juma, is obliged to attend Juma prayer.
Yani Cuma namazı vakti, Cuma namazı vacip olan şeydir, onu bırakmak olmaz.
To perform Juma, to attend Juma prayer during Juma time is compulsory and one cannot abandon this duty.
Onu zaruret, yani seferi olmadıktan sonra Cuma duyunca o Cuma namazını muhakkak kılması lazım.
One must certainly perform Juma prayer unless there is an exception, like being on a journey and or other reasons. But if there is no exception, then one must perform Juma.
قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم الجمعة حق واجب على كل مسلم في جماعة إلا أربعة عبدا مملوكا وامرأة أو صبيا أو مريضا. Peygamber sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem buyuruyor ki Cuma namazını cemaatle kılmak her Müslümanın üzerine vaciptir.
Our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, says that it is wajib for all Muslims to attend Juma prayer and to perform Juma prayer in congregation.
Ancak yani bu bütün Müslümanlar ona vaciptir ki başka bir dört insan hariç olarak ancak köle.
And to perform Juma prayer is compulsory. It is wajib for all Muslims except for these four types of people.
Yani şimdi köle kalmadı da köle olan çünkü ona vacip olmuyor.
One type of them being slaves. Slaves are not obliged to perform Juma prayer, but slavery is something that does no longer exist today.
Kadınlara da vacip değil. Yani
Also, it is not Juma is not compulsory for women.
Cuma namazı kadınlara vacip değil ama Cuma'da bulunurlarsa kılabilirler.
Women are not obliged to perform Juma prayer. If they are present at the mosque during Juma, they may join Juma prayer, but it is not compulsory for them to attend Juma prayer.
Çünkü bazen camilerde oluyorlar, şeyler oluyor, kılmıyorlar ama o artık Cuma'daysan oradan tabi olabilir ama vacip değil yani.
Sometimes it occurs that women, they are in fact during Juma time at the mosque, and during Juma prayer they then do not pray. However, if you are at the mosque, if it is Juma time and Juma is being performed, then as a woman, you may join Juma too, even though it is not compulsory for you. But if you are present at the mosque and Juma is being performed, you as a woman may also pray Juma.
Çocuk, daha akıl bali olmayan çocuk için de vacip değil.
Moreover, also children who have not yet reached mental competence and who are not mentally sane and have not yet matured, they are also not obliged to perform Juma prayer.
Hasta olursa, o da gidemezse ona da vacip değil.
Also, if someone is sick and ill and unable to go to Juma prayer, then that person also is not obliged to perform Juma and has an exception.
Olmak üzere dört kişi bunların dışındadır. Yani bu dört kişi köle, kadın, çocuk ve hasta insan vacip değil onlara.
For these four types of people, it's not compulsory. It is not wajib to perform Juma. It is for slaves, it is for those who are on a journey, for women and for children. They are not obliged to perform Juma.
Çünkü onlar gidemiyor veyahut onlara vacip değil. Üçüne zaten vacip değil, köle, kadın, çocuk. Ama hasta olursa, gidemeyecek kadar hastaysa o vakit o da muaf oluyor.
And if someone is sick and ill to the extent that he's unable to go to Juma, then for that person it is also not an obligation to perform Juma.
قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم الجمعة على من آواه الليل إلى أهله. Peygamber sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem buyuruyor ki Cuma namazı gece olmadan evine dönebilecek kadar bir uzaklıkta olan her kişi üzerine vaciptir. Yani seferi olmadıktan sonra akşam şimdi yolculuğa çıktı ama gidiyor akşam eve dönebiliyor. Ona vaciptir. Ama dönemezse başka uzak yerdeyse ona vacip olmuyor.
Our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, says that yes, indeed, when somebody is on a journey, then that person is not obliged to perform Juma prayer. However, if that journey is a journey that one returns back home in the evening or one returns back right on time for Juma, then that person has to perform Juma still.
قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم الجمعة واجبة إلا على امرأة أو صبي أو مريض أو عبد أو مسافر. Gene buyuruyor ki Cuma namazı her kişiye vaciptir.
Our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, says that Juma prayer is obligatory, is compulsory for everyone. It is wajib for everyone.
Ancak çocuk, yani akıl bali olmayan şimdi çocuk dediğimiz akıl bali olmadan da bali olana da çocuk diyorlar artık. O çocuk akıl bali ya 12 yaşında ya 13 ya 15 o vakit olana kadar ona vacip değil ama olduktan sonra isterse 10 yaşında olsun vacip olur.
The only people for which Juma is not obligatory, is not compulsory, are children who have not yet reached the age of maturity, who are not yet mentally competent, who are not yet, who don't have a sound mind, and if they are considered children, and for them it is not compulsory to perform Juma. A child may reach mental soundness with maybe 12, 13, 14 or 15, and then one is no longer considered a child and one is no longer exempt from these obligations. But until then, one is considered a child. If one has not mental soundness, then one is still considered a child, whether it's up till the age of 12, 13, 14 or 15, and then one is not obliged to perform Juma as long as one has not yet reached mental soundness that comes with the age of 12, 13 or 15.
Ancak çocuk, hasta insan, ona köle, seferi kişi bunun dışındadır.
Also, if someone is sick, or if someone is a slave, or if someone is on a journey, then those people are also not obliged to perform Juma.
Yani seferde olunca Cuma vacip olmuyor o vakit.
When you are on a journey, you are not obliged to perform Juma.
Bu da yani ama seferdeyken gidip de 3 kişi cemaatsa birisi imam olup ikisine Cuma'yı kıldırabiliyor öyle.
But if when you are on a journey and in fact you are 3 people with one imam, then one may be the imam and the other 3 may be the jama, and they may actually perform Juma even though they are on a journey. It is valid.
قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم الجمعة على 50 رجلا وليس ما دون 50 جمعة. Burada da mezhepler bazı hadislere göre yapıyor. Bizim mezhep bu Peygamberimizin bu mübarek sözü başka mezheplerde oluyor da bize 3 kişiyle oluyor.
And there are certain rulings about when to perform Juma and what the conditions are in order to be able to perform Juma, and there are different rulings and different conditions that have been set forth by the different methods.
Peygamber buyuruyor ki Cuma namazı 50 adam bulunduğu zaman vaciptir.
Our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, says that Juma is compulsory, it is wajib, when there are at least 50 people.
50 kişiden az olan bir toplulukta vacip değildir.
In a community where there are less than 50 people, our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, says Juma is not compulsory, it is not wajib then.
Yani bu işte dediğimiz gibi şeye göre değişiyor, mezheplere göre değişiyor.
However, again, these are the blessed words of our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, and these are the foundations of the rulings of different methods. While this saying of our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings, may apply to one method, it may not apply to the other.
Bu ikinci hadiste onun başka mezhebe göre olanın. Kâle Resulullah sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem el cum'atu vacibetun ala kulli qaretin ve en lem yekun fiha illa arba'a. Peygamber sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem buyuruyor ki cuma namazı 4 kişiden olursa bile her yerleşim yerine vaciptir yani.
And yet now comes another hadith of our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, which is the foundation of another method, where our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, says that if you are 4 people, you may perform Juma.
Yani köyde bir köy var, 4 kişi var. Biri imam olur, 3'ü de cemaat olur. Onlara vacip olmuş olur.
So if you are in a community, in a village or somewhere, and you are only 4 people, then one may be the imam and the other 3 may be the jama, and then it is valid to perform Juma. This is another saying of our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, which are not contradictory, but which form the foundation of the different rulings according to the different methods.
Daha az olursa o vakit vacip olmaz.
However, if it's less than this number, Juma becomes not wajib, it becomes not compulsory.
قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم تجب الجمعة على كل مسلم إلا امرأة أو صبيا أو مملوكا. Peygamber sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem diyor ki cuma namazı kadın, çocuk ve köle dışındaki her Müslümana vaciptir.
Our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, says, Juma prayer is wajib, it is compulsory for everyone except for children, for slaves and those who travel, and women.
قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم رواح الجمعة واجب على كل محتلم. Peygamber sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem diyor akıl bali olan her kişinin cuma namazına gitmesi vaciptir.
Our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, says that whoever is mentally sound is obliged to attend a Juma prayer.
Dediğim gibi akıl bali dediğimiz yani ya adam sıfatına gelen ya kadınların artık hallerini gören insan, ama kadınlar zaten vacip değil de adamlar için bazen 10 yaşında, bazen 12, 15, 15'e kadar, ya 15'ten sonra biraz olmuyor da 15 yaşına kadar ondan sonrası vaciptir yani onlara.
And mental soundness is the condition in order to perform Juma prayer. And mental soundness is when a boy becomes a man and a girl becomes a woman, but for women it is not obligatory. It is not compulsory or wajib to perform Juma prayer for women. And it may differ. Some may reach that age of mental soundness with the age of 12, 13 or 15.
قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم الرواح يوم الجمعة واجب على كل محتلم والغسل كاغتساله من الجنابة. Peygamber sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem buyuruyor ki akıl bali olan her kişinin cuma namazına gitmesi vaciptir.
Our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, again says that whoever is mentally sound is obliged to attend Juma prayer, to go to Juma prayer.
Cuma için gusletmek de cünüplük gösteren gibi yapılır.
And it is recommended to perform a full body ablution for Juma prayer, to clean oneself of impurities.
Yani gusülde cuma namazı guslu var, boy abdesti. O da o hepsi cuma gidecek olan olur.
And there is the sunnah of performing a full body ablution for Juma prayer, and it is good to perform a full body ablution for Juma.
Daha iyidir yani. قال Resulullah sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem alel 50 cum'atun. Peygamber sallallahu buyuruyor ki cuma namazı 50 kişilik topluluğun bulunması halinde vaciptir.
Our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, says that if a community has at least 50 people, then Juma prayer becomes compulsory for that community.
Onun için Şafii mezhebine göre 40 kişi, en azından 40 kişi olması lazım. Ondan aşağı olmuyor.
That is, for example, why according to the Shafi method, school of jurisprudence, it is necessary to have at least 40 people in order to perform Juma prayer.
Hanefi mezhebine 4 kişi imam verir, 3 tane cemaat oldu mu Cuma'yı kılabiliyorlar.
But according to the Hanafi method, one may perform Juma prayer if you are 4 people, if there's one imam and 3 being the Jama.
قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم على النساء مع الرجال إلا الجمعة والجنائز والجهاد. Peygamber sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem buyuruyor ki Cuma namazı, cenaze namazı ve cihat kadınlara değil ancak erkeklere vaciptir.
Our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, says that Juma prayer, funeral prayer, and jihad is not compulsory for women, it is compulsory for men.
Yani bunlar Cuma namazı vacip değil hanımlara.
Juma prayer is not wajib, it is not compulsory for women.
Cenaze namazını kılmaları lazım değil.
Funeral prayer is not compulsory for women.
Şimdiki moda oluyor, kadınlar ilk safta duracaklar. Halbuki o da vacip olmadığı halde.
However, it has these days become fashionable for women to stand in the first row to perform and attend funeral prayer in the first row, whereas it is not even wajib for them.
Gerekmez. Cihat da aynı şekilde. Kadınlara cihattan muaftılar onlar.
And the same applies to jihad. Women are exempt from jihad.
Cihat yapacak adamlardır.
It is men who are obliged to perform jihad.
Onun arasında vaciptir. قال الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم من علم أن الليل يأويه إلى أهل فليشهد الجمعة. Peygamber sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem buyuruyor ki Cuma namazından sonra gece vakti olmadan ailesine yetişebileceğini bilen kişi Cuma namazında hazır bulunsun. Yani yolculukta akşama kadar gelecekse o vakitte Cuma'yı kılıp gelsin diyor Peygamber. Cuma'dan bırakmasın.
Our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, says that there's this condition that even though you are on a journey, but you are on a journey that by nighttime, evening time, you will have returned back home. If your journey is that short, then one should not stay away from Juma prayer. But even though one is on a journey, but one will expects to return back home in the evening, in that case, one should perform Juma prayer.
صدق رسول الله فيما قال أو كما قال زيادة إلى شرف النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم وأصحابه الكرام وإلى أرواح جميع الأنبياء والمرسلين قدماء شرعين وإلى أرواح الأئمة الأربعة وإلى أرواح مشايخنا في الطريقة النقشبندية التعالية خاصة إمام الطريقة وغوث الخليقة خواجة بهاء الدين محمد بن يسير البخاري سيدنا عبد الخالق الجواني مولانا الشيخ شرف الدين الغساني مولانا الشيخ عبد العزيز الغساني مولانا الشيخ محمد بن القادر الحقاني وسائر سادات الصديقين ومنهم في حضرة المجواني حسين الفندق والرفقاء حاج مصطفى تراب جملة مزيان الشيخ شرف الله هذا يقل مسجد دفع المحسن الشهيد شهداء الرفاق الفاتحة.